Yes, it's pear-shaped in Dystopia. Every Wednesday night at 8:30. Yes, it's pear-shaped, and we hope you'll come to see us and don't be late. Yes, it's pear-shaped. It's just a favour to come in, and we hope that you'll be coming back again to pear-shaped in Dystopia. Every Wednesday night at 8:30.
Hello everybody, good evening ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pear-Shaped in Dystopia, London's second worst comedy club online in the whole fucking universe.
And,
but don't worry, we're working on it.
Our regulars
Yeah.
should notice that we're both sporting new spectacles.
Yeah, both got new spectacles, and it's been quite a shock being able to see each other.
Yeah, the television's in HD again. It lost its HD and then suddenly it's got it back again. I don't know what's happening there.
But it's been very nice being able to see.
I can't see that these are purple. I've got purple ones.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
Now that these work, I can tell when you're frowning. Yeah, that's it. When you've got that look. Yeah.
And I've discovered I've got one eye higher than the other.
Yeah.
So all that time I thought my ears were wonky. It's actually my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I used to be in tailoring, and we used to convince people that they were deformed. Made-to-measure tailoring, and you say you've got drop left, and not only that, your left arm is longer than your right arm, and you've got a bit of a hunchback, and
your legs are different lengths.
And your legs are different length, yeah. And everything that you want in a made-to-measure suit is wrong. You should have flares. I know you're in your 60s, but you should have flares. So that was our job, and we used to sell some quite expensive suits like that. So we're going to do something. Anthony is not here. He's here
in recording.
He has sent us a couple of messages, but he's not physically here. So you'll probably notice that the atmosphere is a lot lighter without him, you know, sitting there frowning and mumbling. So we're going to do something, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to do all our posh songs this week.
Yeah, yes, we're going to be very posh.
Very
posh, yes.
And great British.
Yes.
Hurrah.
If only everybody else was half as nice as me. What a fantastic, wonderful, marvellous place the world would be. Lots of lovely people performing tricks and stunts. But it never can be because, you see, the world is full of nasty, horrible fiends and thugs and people who drink and smoke. They run about and wave and shout and think it's all a joke. And just because we're privileged, they're as jealous as can be. Oh, if only everybody else was half as nice as me.
Yes. I've got pots and pots of money.
Yes.
Left for me by dear Papa.
Yes.
A bank account in Switzerland and
Several motor cars.
A mansion down in Surrey.
And a villa in Vermont.
And Mummy runs a brothel. And it's simply packed with
Nasty, horrible fiends and thugs and people who drink and smoke. Now, the problem with the working class is they fail to understand. One needs to have some kind of job to join this merry band. But all they do is stand in queues while it's we who take the brunt. I'm so annoyed with the unemployed, that lazy shower of nasty, horrible fiends and thugs and people who drink and smoke.
A Pear has a fear he doesn't stand out in a crowd.
Yeah.
He does a lot of talking, but never very loud. And as for Boris Johnson...
That repulsive little runt. If he cuts his throat, he'll get my vote. The man is obviously
Conservative.
Yes. It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
It's all right, isn't it?
In the summertime, if infection is low, we can go to the pubs but have no alcohol, go on foreign holidays but spend more time in quarantine than will actually be there. But if I was the chairman of the world right now, I'd finish the pandemic off by introducing the virus to Jackie Weaver.
She's just kicked him out. Just a minute. No, she's kicked him out. No, don't. She's kicked him out.
She's kicked me out.
If you disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
Mrs. Weaver, please.
I'm not disrupting your meeting, and you haven't got authority to remove me, Jackie.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
I've got the standing orders.
Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
I'm going to call you a very naughty word in a minute.
Please refer to me as Britney Spears from now on.
What?
Hello, Pear-Shaped. It's me. We're still locked down. It's still really boring. It's so boring that, comedians are reduced to doing things like advertising the census. The census. The wonderful census. Now, this is the real census promotional video for children. Okay?
Hello, team. My name is Digit, leader of the Awesome Counter Cats. I clawed my way up to become leader.
Well, that's true of politics, isn't it? I clawed my way up to be leader of the perfect team. I mean, how much more sinister can you get? I mean, it's just not normal. What do they do with all this data? The weird questions they ask, like, where do you work and how many testicles have you got? It's just lunacy stuff. I mean, I remember when the Holy Family had to do a census, and then they had to live in a stable to do a census, and then the data from the census was used by Herod in order to massacre all the children, all the innocents. I mean, it was just that's what the data's used for. It's used for massacres of children. Children are destroyed for the census. It's just the crawly way that celebrities will advertise it. I mean, it's got to be done, but, oh yes, we will, oh yes, wonderful, I can't wait to fill out my census. Oh, it's so exciting. Oh yes, and underneath it there's pay us or do it, or you have to pay £1,000. £1,000. You get more, less time for breaking the law protesting. Anyway, so yeah, there we are. I mean, what happens to all the data as well? It never gets used for anything, I think. I mean, what happened to Herod's census? When the other Herod came along, he didn't say, oh, Jesus, yes, I remember him from the census. He'd lost it. You never see, oh, well, we found Herod's census in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's just nonsense. It's like... I saw Lee Hurst the other day on Twitter banging on about Greta Thunberg, and he got into an argument with Lisa Evans, and she said, oh, well, I never booked you. And he said, I don't care, I'm funny. I was on TV once, I'm funny. And he said, oh, no, and not only was I funny, I had a video out once, and it sold platinum. And I thought, well, that's not real, is it? I mean, surely there's no such thing as a platinum VHS tape, is there? Anyway, here's the next act.
Once upon a time there was a space. Some said the space was big, but actually there was nothing else that you could compare the space to, so nobody could really tell if the space was big or small. In this space there were stars, lots of stars, and the stars formed galaxies. Many of the stars had planets around them, and some of the planets were inhabited by strange beings. The beings didn't think of themselves as strange, of course, because they were used to being the way they were. One problem the beings had was that they had to cooperate with each other. And this was even more difficult since they sometimes forgot what was important. Instead of just working to survive and develop together, they started imagining things that weren't there, and then they thought the things they had imagined were real. It was all a big mess. Though it is pretty small, our blue little ball, it's the planet we call our home, as we all try to win every brawl here around, and with all we pursue sacred cows till we fall. Yes, that's what we do. Oh my God, what is that? Some believe some divine entity did design everything and confine them to heed every sign. Always ready in line to obey and consign. But forever in vain is their pine. While some others confide in their nation with pride, because still our wide world is not unified. But although ratified now this ancient divide may be getting a bit ossified. Oh, and money, of course, a remarkable force that we all will endorse, although some with remorse, yet how highly it scores in my mind and in yours, our favorite imagined resource. But despite every brawl, we may not have to fall if we stop and recall what we still could befall. By abandoning all sacred cows, big and small, on our fragile blue little ball.
Just lately I've been thinking about the way we do our drinking. I'm not talking coffee, milk or tea. You'll be aware that alcoholics are renowned for talking rubbish. But I'm here to tell you what this means to me.
They say that Gordon's gin will put you in the mood for sin.
Everybody knows it isn't right.
If your liver's not bionic, just dilute the stuff with tonic, or you won't know what or who you did last night.
Nuns and vicars' daughters quench their thirst with holy waters, as beyond the pearly gates they hope to dwell. But prostitutes and pimps and whores always swear by old liqueurs and merrily help to fuel the fires of hell.
Exercise will burn off all the worst effects of Smirnoff, but too much vodka tends to make one glum.
Yes, it does.
But the girl with larger derriere should plump a slimline Perrier to reduce the general volume of her bum-ba-de-bum-ba-de-bum-ba-de-bum.
And girls who have no brains are impressed by cheap champagne. Bubbly blondes can be a healthy source of fun. But educated ladies pine
for biscuits, cheese, and dark red wine, and lots of sparkling conversation.
Although subject to abuses, alcohol can have its uses. It'll sometimes help to get you off to sleep.
Yes.
It can cure a few diseases, has a taste that often pleases, and it's much more fun than counting bloody sheep.
Quite right. That song always makes me want a big stiff,
Yes.
Wouldn't I rather have a drink, you were supposed to say to that?
That's bad.
Yes.
That'll do.
Hi, Sean.
Catherine,
Hello. And as we're recording this on Valentine's Day, I just want to say to all our fans, welcome to 2 Minutes of Pat and Matt.
So today we're asking, is true perfection attainable?
Well, I mean, yeah. You don't look convinced, Catherine.
No, but that's a really funny joke.
What joke?
I don't think that true perfection is attainable.
No.
I was one. Well, we've all got to have something to work towards, haven't we? But I got told at university that I had a that'll do attitude, which I'm actually quite proud of, because it will do.
It do.
It do, and it did do.
And I do.
And wasn't it a wise man that once said, "That'll do, pig"? Was it Pear?
No, it was several. Yeah, it was several men, wasn't it? Babe, it was Take That.
Gary Barlow.
One of them. Babe, I'm here again. That'll do, pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A beautiful track.
With a powerful message.
It will do, pig.
It do, pig.
Happy Valentine's Day, pig.
One of the things that's amazing about lockdown is that despite the fact there are no actual punters at any gigs, there's still the same argument. So this picture is in the Facebook comedy forum. I've just shown you the picture because obviously we don't want to give away industrial secret information. It'd be like giving away magic tricks. But this is basically two promoters arguing about opening up on the other side of the road. So one's on one side of the road, the other one's decided that to open another gig on the other side of the road. You can probably work out where it is if you have enough imagination and research, but it's not worth the effort, believe me. And the thing is, this is such an old, you'd think they'd just have the day off because there is nothing to do and enjoy furlough or whatever. But no, they're still arguing about, oh, you've opened a gig next to my gig. And it is a bit nasty, but it is sort of like one of the oldest problems in promotion. For instance, here, because I was thinking as well about whatever you call it, isolation, and someone said, well, maybe being a hermit could be a new lifestyle for us. And I was thinking about, and somehow this got me thinking about monasticism, because the problem with hermitage is that it's not economically viable. So if you become a hermit, you've got to find other hermits to hang out with. So you've got to come up with an economic model. So one of the economic models that works is monasticism, where you get a whole load of hermits to live together. Also, there is a solution to monasticism. It's called dissolution, and that came in about 1500s. But the other solution is you kind of become a hermit but have an audience, and this was the birth of the Stylites. So this is Simeon the Stylite, and he basically lived on the top of a pillar in about 430, and then he would have an audience and be alone. So there was a solution, but the problem was Simeon was there, and then suddenly there was a Simeon the Younger, and then there was somebody else, and he spawned a whole load of imitators and people starting gigs next door. So here's Simeon and Simeon the Younger, and then eventually you get 3 or 4 of these people on pillars together, and they'd all be close enough together that they were actually arguing with each other about whose gigs about invading each other's gigs and theology. Anyway, here's the next act.
Hello, that was interesting. There's been a lot of religion in the show, isn't there? Which is just as well, because I was thinking earlier on, I started singing to myself for some reason. I started to sing. It was if you needed a neighbour, do you know that? If you needed a neighbour, I'll be there, I'll be there. I don't know really why. And my flatmate suddenly said to me, "Have you gone religious?" And I was like, I don't think so. It's not really a very religious song, to be honest. Because when you start thinking about it, it's like it starts off, when I needed a neighbour, were you there? Were you there? And there's not really any answer. It doesn't say anybody was there. So I'm assuming the answer was not at all. Piss off and leave me alone. Because the last verse says, wherever you travel, I'll be there. I'll be there. And there's the same person singing it. So it's not really an answer. It's just like you're all on it. You're in it alone, really. You're in it alone. Also, who travels now? Is it worth £5,000 to travel? You're not gonna risk the fine, really, are you? So I had an argument too over whether that was a song or a hymn. And I think that we've realised that hymn is always a song, but song is not always a hymn. Because sometimes it's a her and sometimes it's a them. And it got me thinking as well about Poltergeist 2. Do you remember Poltergeist 2? Because there's a really creepy song from that. It's a really creepy song. The old preacher who locks people in a bunker. He's like, what was it? Something about God. Da, 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 da. It's really, really creepy. It scared me for ages and ages and ages. Gave me nightmares. It's you got to see it. It's like they're all locked in a bunker, and it's just really scary. And it really got me thinking that it's amazing what people believe. Because, for instance, for years, I believed that if you swallow chewing gum, it would stay inside you forever and ever and ever and never come out again, really. Or maybe it would just like all get twisted inside you and somehow come out eventually, very much like in Poltergeist, where somebody drinks a tequila and it all comes out. I thought maybe that's what chewing gum does. And it turns out that isn't actually what happens to chewing gum at all. It's actually a little bit like dietary fibre in that it goes straight through you. Really, it goes straight through you. And, you know, it's probably just as well, because really you don't want to be like spitting the chewing gum on the floor. I mean, especially in this day and age. I mean, that's just hideous and horrible. You should not be spitting gum onto the floor. And it's probably better if you could save some money and you could use the chewing gum instead of breakfast cereal in the morning. Yum, 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 yum. Much better than fruit fibre. Very much better. Very much better. So I'm thinking maybe I should start a campaign to swallow, don't spit. And I think that would make me very popular. Indeed, very popular. Anyway, talking about creepy bunkers, a friend of mine sent me this very, very helpful advice video. Very helpful.
Hi, my name is Josephine. You might remember me from a few years ago when I started a church with my cat, Tinkerbell, who has now passed on. I'm here today to tell you about the new thing that you should do to prepare for the coming apocalypse. Here are a few things you should have at hand. Many pieces of silver. These will enable you to buy things in the new economy. Make sure that you can melt them down and do many other things for them. You might have to eat the silver in due course, but until then, you can use it to pay for things. A blanket. Make sure the blanket is big and warm and you can use it and carry it. You should be able to put it around your head and hide from anything that comes. It should be a camouflage blanket, if at all possible. As many torches as you can carry. This one winds up, so you do not need any power. You may remember my video about the peanut butter diet. It is a good diet. You should carry on using this diet with as much peanut butter as you can eat. I have eaten quite a lot of it. I should buy some more before the coming apocalypse comes and kills us all. You should also have many cans of beans. Any sort of beans, it does not matter. As long as you have many cans. I am sorry, I am rushing because I want to hide from the things that are happening in the world. My cat will not save you now. Many candles, just in case you lose your hands and cannot wind your torch. These are not cookies. This is your survival kit. Make sure you have more torches, sweeteners, antiseptic wipes, more sweeteners, and antihistamine tablets, a thing that you can close things with, more antihistamine tablets, a thing that you can use for anything. This has a nail file, a toothpick, a tweezers, a sticky stick thing, and a penknife. You will need the penknife to cut things up. A screwdriver will also help. In your survival kit, you should also have whitener for coffee, chocolate, coffee, no more whitener, more coffee, candy, matches, sugar, things that you can light fire with, a pencil, a whistle, a compass, more candy, more sugar, some twine, and a plastic bag so you can make water when there is no water. This is how you will survive the coming apocalypse. Good luck and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elise Harris and her friend Josephine, who is full of good advice.
Now we have a special request in the comments.
Do we?
Yes, here it is.
What, from a real person?
Yes, it says,
Oh.
hey, could you please give a shout out to my friend Wesley Costa?
Wesley Costa?
He is going through a tough time, and I
Is he?
just want to cheer him up by sending him a compilation of shout outs. Ha ha.
All right.
Hello, Wesley Costa. Is that a shout out?
Hello, Wesley Costa. How are you? How are you? Feel better tomorrow. Hello, Wesley Costa. Sorry, you're feeling a bit down. Don't worry, everything's going to be all right. And there is no such thing as COVID. Somebody made it up. So don't let that worry you at all. That's nothing. That's nothing.
So,
What?
this might cheer up Wesley as well.
Right, yeah.
Al is going to play a tune.
Yes, and it's Al. It's going to play beautiful mandolin music.
Because his name is Al Mandolino.
That's why. If he was going to play the banjo, it would be El Banjolino. But it's El Mandolino, because we've heard the banjo. And,
Tune, tune from the north of Ireland,
So, ladies and gentlemen, El Mandolino.
Yeah, tune from the north of Ireland, yeah. Happy tune.
Can't hear you, Al.
Am I there now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Are we coming through? Yes?
A little bit.
Yes.
Good.
Beautiful music of El Mandolino. El Mandolino. All these years, the last 20 years he's been playing at Pear, and he never let on that he could play.
Yeah, there was a couple of clams in that one, never mind. Yeah. Not bad for live.
There's only one way to follow that. That's with Cole Parker.
Oh, wow.
In LA.
Wesley Costa. Sorry you're feeling down, fella. This rambling, egotistical rant is for you, my friend. First of all, some people question if I'm actually in Los Angeles. I am, and I'm going to offer three bits of proof for you right now. First of all, the window, of course, an easy one. genuine sunshine. I haven't just created my own universe out there, and I'm using a different dying star. It's the same one as yours. Also, look at this. Look at this. Local weather. Pasadena. 22. Look at this. Scroll it one along. Orpington, where I'm from. Fuck you, Orpington. Great. And finally, look at this. I got a parcel. I got a care. If you live abroad, often like your mum or your whoever you got, right, will send you things, right? So I got a thing sent to me, right, from my mum, and she's always great because she's just it's like mum parcel. So it's like it's chocolate instantly for Easter, obviously. Look at this. Toothpaste, because we can't get that over here. Oh, that's fun. Look at that big box of codeine. Haha, fantastic. 100, that's about £2,000 worth there if I was to sell that, but of course I'm not that irresponsible. I'm just gonna have a fucking good weekend. And and finally, look at this. Well, I've got some other bits as well, but look at this. Finally, I've got an inhaler. I've had asthma my entire life. My mum takes care of me because she knows I've got to be really careful about what I put in my lungs. For example, this is a high quality indica. Very, very dense, very powerful, good couch locker, unless you've got a high tolerance, in which case it's just a day-to-day weed. So anyway, but a lot of people have been asking me, what do you actually do in LA, Cole? What is the point of you, right? Good question, okay? Very, very good question. I was once asked by Jim Tavaret. He said to me, why did you leave the UK? And I said, because British people resent success. And Jim Tavaret's wife was overhearing, and she butted in and said, how the hell would you know, Cole? Thanks. But what do I do here, right? So normally gigs, auditions, right, that kind of thing. I've had to diversify sometimes in leaner times. I've trimmed weed before. Who would have thought? Trimmed that. That was interesting. You go to someone's house, it's all quiet. Don't tell anyone what you're doing. Not because of the police, in case somebody fucking robs you. Not joking. So you go in there, and there was a baby, there was an infant, right, in the next room, because the lady who was like letting us use her house to trim the harvest in had just given birth like 3 days beforehand. So inside this other room, it's all plasticked up, like that kind of nasty scene in Snatcher about to carve up the people, right? All the rooms covered in plastic, and there's all these kind of like all these big trees like of gangs just hanging down from the roof. And somebody passed me a joint, and because it goes around all day as you're trimming, and I'm like, yeah, that's fucking good, isn't it? Somebody then admonished me for swearing because there was a baby next door. Yeah. So that's California for you. Finally, the auditions. The auditions are something you have to have a cast iron kind of self-esteem. You have to leave your dignity at the door for auditions. They're very embarrassing. You go to a room, you walk in a room in front of between 1 and 12 complete strangers. And they might say something like, okay, thanks for coming in today. Yeah, good to see you. So if you just want to take your clothes off, get on your knees and just flap your arms around and shuffle around in a circle. Pardon? Yeah, just on your knees, clothes off, flap your arms in a circle. Can you squawk? Pardon? Squawk, like a cartoon bird. Can you do some of that? Yeah, sure. So you shuffle around on your hands and okay, well, 12 people look at each other and go, no, thank you very much. We'll let you know, okay? And that's basically how it goes. And you leave, you go off into the world. I hope I book that, okay? My biggest fear is I get sent for stuff that I'm not perfect for. I shouldn't be going up for. My agent sends me up for everything, and it's my own fault. He'll never drop me. I know he'll never drop me, because years ago when he was drunk, he texted me and asked me for a wank video. So I sent him one, and now he can never drop me. Or Weinstein, the fucker, he knows it, right? So anyway, I get sent for everything now because of that. And I got sent up for an audition. They were looking for a cowboy. So you walk into like this meat market audition room and there's like 50 cowboys. I'm not a cowboy. All I had was a flowery shirt and some pointy shoes and put on a pair of tight jeans and put the belt buckle on the outside, right? My Burton's belt buckle. And I'm moseyed on into the audition room. And they sit you down in groups of 3 people. And I was in a room of real men, actual men. I am not a man. I'm just a little flouncy boy. And they were asking people in line what was their experience with horses. And the first man answered. He said, well, my daddy had a ranch in Montana. We had 500 head of steer, and every year we would drive those steer through the pasture. And then I came to L.A. and I've just done 8 seasons of Walker, Texas Ranger. The next guy, I think, my daddy owns a rodeo Every year we'd go from state to state and town to town, and we would bring the rodeo. And now I teach people how to do rodeo tricks in Hollywood. And they got to me and said, "What's your experience with horses?" And I said, "Well, my sister once had a pony on half loan when I was 12, and we used to go and watch her at the pony club trials. And every summer holidays, I was allowed to muck out. It really was a lot of fun." Yeah, I didn't book that. The last thing I booked, and this will be the last thing. It's a 2-minute show. It's a 2-minute slot I get, isn't it? I'm so sorry. The clocks went back, and I've got jet lag. I actually booked a gig. I actually booked an audition a couple of years ago for a major telephone brand. At the time, I wasn't supposed to be working. I was out of status. My visa had expired, and I was still in the country. More on that next week. But anyway, right, due to reasons of like starvation and homelessness, I had to go and do this audition. Sorry, go and do this booking for this commercial, and all day long I was shitting myself. Okay, when I asked for your details for, like, you know, all your different social security and stuff, I had to fucking blag it. Right, I couldn't give them my real stuff. I couldn't give my real I-94. I'd like tap on the shoulder all day long. I was waiting. Right, I looked so sick. Other actors and directors were coming up to me and saying, "Are you all right? You look a bit pale." And I fucking did, right? This was a commercial that was being shot in LA, being shown mainly in Mexico. And it was the height of the Trump anti-Mexican fucking propaganda about immigrants and stuff, right? And the thing was, I got away with it. Did the audition, got away with it, right? But all day, all I kept thinking was, the only illegal immigrant on this job is the fucking white guy from America's closest ally. And by the way, when I did apply for my green card, I got it fucking like that. But I'm sure this has got nothing to do with that. My name's Cole. This has been me, live in LA for Pear Shaped in Dystopia.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cole Parker, our man in La La Land. La 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 la. We are Madge and Monty, as British as can be. We'd love to rule your country, but not till after tea. We invented cricket, we invented rugger too.
And we really do excel at telling people what to do.
Madge is jolly clever.
And Monty plays guitar.
Yes,
And both of us are British.
Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah! Madge is in the kitchen, cooking up a storm.
Monty's in the garden shed, thumbing through his magazines.
Keeping your hands busy is Madge's special task.
We solve all domestic problems. You only have to ask. We are Madge and Monty. It's time for us to go. We've really got to leave you. Toodle pip and cheerio. What a marvellous audience. A jolly spiffing crowd.
You laughed in all the right places, not just enough and not too loud.
They're all in there, dear. That's why I have problems. Oh, thanks for being civilised in this lovely little bar screen.
Obviously British. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah!
Hurrah, 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 hurrah,
hurrah, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to introduce you to a friend of ours, Fatiha El Ghori.
Hi everyone. I don't know what to say. This is completely bonkers. I don't know if I should do material or just chat shit for 10 minutes or just go mad. I don't know what's going on. Brian said we're friends. We ain't friends after this. This is mental. So yeah, and it's called, what is it? Pear Shaped in Dystopia. And you said it's the shittest comedy club in London. It's not. It's just the craziest, isn't it? Like, I don't know what to say. Oh, sorry, the second shittest I've just been told. See how rude they are? They even interrupt you when you're on here. How rude is that? Do you know what I mean? Watch. Okay, so I don't know what to say. I'll do my set, I guess. Oh, what a crazy day this is. So yes, guys, as Brian said, my name is Fatia El Ghori, but a lot of people pronounce my surname Al Hori. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Tell you a bit about myself. I'm 39. I know I don't look it, innit? I know. See what happens, guys, when you pray 5 times a day, eh? See? Yeah, but I like the fact that I don't look my age, you know. Like, if I'm feeling shitty, right, I'll go into like Sainsbury's and I'll just pick up a bottle of whiskey, and I know they're gonna like ID me, innit? And then you instantly feel better when someone says you look younger, but The problem that I have is they don't ID me. They usually call security because they know I'm taking the piss. So that's the problem that I have. So yeah, so it doesn't quite work. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've got a hijab, guys. Do you like my hijab? There's lots of lovely perks to it, apart from just hiding the fact that you're having a shit hair day. But there's lots of perks, you know, like I'll be walking down the street, I'll see somebody I'm trying to avoid. I'm like, oh shit. See, you can't do that, innit? You have to hide behind lampposts and shit, change direction. I can just stand still and I'm canvassed. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, what else do I want to say to you? So I've always got I've got my headphones on now. I'm sure you might not be able to see them, but I've got my headphones on now. So sometimes when I'm in the street, I'm on the bus, train, whatever, I'll have them on and someone will come up and ask me the time or directions or some shit like that. And I'll be like, because I can't hear what they're saying. And then they go, oh, sorry, you don't speak English. And then I'm like, I do. I'm just ignoring you, dickhead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, get lost. So I am British Moroccan. British Moroccan. Morocco's in North Africa, right? And I'm telling you this because the other day I went to DHL to send my cousin something, right, in Morocco. So I go up to the counter and I go to the guy, can I send this please? And he's like, where to? I was like, Morocco. He's like, is that in Europe? I was like, no, it's in North Africa. He's like, yeah, is that in Europe? No, it ain't. Are you mad? Like, I'm buying you a globe. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to walk out of here, go into the next DHL shop and send you a globe. Do you know what I'm saying? A bloody atlas. What the hell? Like, seriously. Ridiculous. So, guys, do we have any... Right, there was a guy, Wesley, in it. Like, Wesley, are you single? Or, firstly, Wesley, let me tell you something, yeah? Your friend, who was it, Tony or something? You need to get rid of him, yeah? Because when people want if people are feeling shit or they want birthday shout outs, they tag people like Ricky Gervais, yeah? Not bloody Brian and Crystal. Your mate is a piss take, bruv. I would drop him if I was you. That's why you feel shit, because he's your friend. Do you understand what I'm saying? Change that. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, what I was going to say is, are you single? That is what I was going to ask. Do we have any single people in the audience? Do we? I'm sure you're all screaming, going, yes, I am single. And all I want to say to you is, do you not have any cousins? What is wrong with you people, eh? I'll sort you out. I've got 13 siblings, including myself. I'll sort you out. Trust me, I've got loads. So, speaking of, like, being single, I'm married and divorced. I know, right? And so that makes me single and ready to halal mingle. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So when people find that I've been married and divorced, they always ask me, they say, oh, was it an arranged marriage? And I go, no, it was a forced one. So, yes. And yeah, like, being in relationships, right? Isn't it annoying when they always ask you, they say, oh, let me check your phone, because they're a bit suspicious or jealous or whatever. And I'm like, oh, you want to check my phone? Sure. And in my mind, I'm like, babe, I've got 10 phones, 3 SIM cards, 20 emails, and you want to check my phone? I ain't even giving you my real name, mate. Okay, go ahead, knock yourself out. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, what else was I gonna? Yes, so being like, people always think that I'm like well, not me, because I'm not, because I've got a big mouth, but people always think Muslim women are like oppressed and all that kind of stuff. So I always play on that. Do you know what I mean? So like, we'll be at work and then my colleague will be like, oh, Fatty, it's my 50th on Saturday. Can you come? And I don't like her, but I'm not going to tell her, innit? I'm going to do the typical British thing and be like, oh, yeah, let me just check with my husband. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how you use it to your advantage. You get me? So, yeah, that's me. So this is going to be my last joke, because I'm on a curfew and I've got to bounce. No, seriously, my battery's on 20% because... Yeah, so I've got, so I'm not going to take too long. I was going to make a joke about this mad place. It's just because it's been so crazy. The madness has just chewed my bloody battery juice away. Anyway, so what was I going to say? Yeah, so a lot of people always ask me, they say, where are you from? And I go, London, and they go, no, where are you really from? And I go, okay, Hackney. And they go, no, where are you really from? Go on, tell me. I bet you I've been there. I've been all over the world. I bet you I've been there. I bet you I've been there. And I'm like, look, it's a small place. You ain't going to know it. And they're like, oh, go on, just tell me. I'm well-travelled. I bet you I've been there. I bet you I've been there. I'm like, okay, fine. It's my mum's vagina, and you better not have been there because my dad will cut you, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for having me. I will never come here again, but thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fatty Hart. That's not right, as I say, Fatty Hart. That's not right, is it? Fattier. Fattier. Oh, golly, ladies and gentlemen. That's really bleeding marvellous. Bleeding marvellous. There are no words to describe how bleeding marvellous that was.
Well, I wanted to come back. She said she's not going to come back. I want her to come back.
No, she won't come back. She won't. Nobody in their right minds comes back. Nobody ever comes back. You do this once and move on.
Al comes every week. He's not in his right mind.
Yeah, well, I said nobody in their right mind. Al, you know.
Yeah, Al's Al.
There are no words to describe Al either. No.
That's what I do, isn't it?
He's just sitting there like a fucking... Look at him, just sitting there staring. Making us feel guilty, like a thousand.
Got another video?
No, we have a... excuse me.
Oh.
Who's running this operation? Who's doing everything in this operation? Ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody who's asked if they could just do a few minutes. Now, Al, you might recognise this bloke. We'll see, right? Yeah. But he's asked if he can do a few minutes, and I said, well, all right, just do a little bit and see, do a bit of,
Play with it.
Give it a go. So his name, ladies and gentlemen, is Ross Ferrato.
Bloke just comes to the door and goes, all right, mate, so you're to bed? I said, did you what? He said, are you all to the bed? I said, a bed? Oh, already got a bed, mate. He said, oh, you ordered a new one. I said, go on. He said, have you ordered a new one? I said, what, bed? No. Nothing wrong with my bed, son. And he says, I must have the wrong address. I said, mate, you keep doing this. This is like the 4th time this week. He says, well, these companies that keep giving me the wrong address, don't they? Keep giving me the wrong details. I said, hand in your notice. He says, what? I said, hand in your notice. If you keep wasting your time, waste their time. Don't bother. Just don't go in anymore. Tell them to piss off. He said, do you know what? I can't do that. I've got a wife and 4 kids. I said, oh, I think we're done here, aren't we, mate? Are we finished? Not my bed. See you later. Got to go see your family. And he walked off over the gravel. I mean, you don't need it, do you? I'm trying to have a bath.
Does he look familiar, Al?
Yeah. Did he used to be in a band?
Huh?
Did he used to be in a band?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time that was me and Al doing a bit of banter there, because we do that all the time. Love a bit of fucking banter, all that. But here is a man who could talk the hind legs off a donkey. And I offered him a load of money. He said, I wouldn't get out of bed. He just got out of bed. He's been in bed all night. And now he suddenly just said, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Is that me?
It is, yeah.
Okay, on my head.
One and only, if you've never seen him before, Matt Price.
Oh, bless you. Well, wow, what an incredible introduction. I am still in my bed. I just sat upright because I wanted to sort of try and respect the show, really. I missed this. I actually missed this sort of outlet for for the mentally challenged, and I include myself in it. What a wonderful thing. I'm gonna tell you a story actually about a guy from back home in Cornwall, and it's gonna sound like, oh, you're being mean, but I'm definitely not. There was a guy I really like bad performance poetry, or as I like to call it, performance poetry, because it is shit. I'm really sorry to say that. Please don't sort of, hate me for it or anything. But there was a guy back home in Cornwall where I'm from called Terry Fury. He was an angry bloke, but he was very popular. And the thing, he had a catchphrase, and he would say, his catchphrase was, "You don't want to hear the truth." And he would say that before every single poem, so you knew what you were getting. And he was right. He was very sort of insightful. Nobody wanted to hear the truth. We weren't interested in hearing about politics, but he was spitting truth bombs against the world. And the thing about performance poetry, when it's good, it's very, very good. When it's bad, I think it's awful. And he would get a series of words, and I'll sort of recreate what he would do. I'll explain. He would go, "You don't want to hear the truth." And then it would be something like, "Wedded bliss, hit and miss, homeless man takes a piss. You get splashback in your eye. Now you're blind, but you don't know why. Thank you." And he would say thank you at the end of every poem and get a massive round of applause. "You don't want to hear the truth. True love does not exist. Thank you." I've got 19 of these, by the way, so I'm going to do all of them. "You don't want to hear the truth. You live, you die, you never ask why. In, out, in, out. That's life on the hokey cokey roundabout of self-doubt. You look like a cabbage, but you live like a sprout. Thank you." Another massive round of applause. And I don't know if you remember, we've all been influenced by great comedians over the years. Eddie Izzard has influenced people. Bill Hicks, legends, way ahead of their time. The problem is, Terry Fury, he chose to model himself on Bill Hicks. And Bill Hicks would do a routine. You've probably seen it. He would get a microphone and he would put it in his mouth, and he would be filleting Satan. And it was very powerful. It was very edgy. It was years ahead of its time. Terry Fury, however, was in Cornwall, where nobody could really give a shit about anything. We're all right. We're nice people down there. Not that anyone else isn't, but we're simple, straightforward folk. And he got the microphone, and he was having a rant about Jamie Oliver. "That bloody bastard in corporate whore." Those are his words. He was a very articulate man, obviously a poet. And he would he got the microphone and he put it in his mouth. Now, microphones are quite big. And on this particular occasion, the microphone got stuck in Terry Fury's mouth. And I'm not going to lie to you. Someone criticised me that, that's Schadenfreude. No, I pissed myself laughing along with half the audience. At one point, we couldn't get it out. He started to change colour, which was a little bit worrying, and he was kind of making and it ended up sounding like a didgeridoo. Now, we managed to get the wire out, and I had to walk with him through town, which is quite a small community. It's quite embarrassing. He's got a microphone sticking out of his mouth. It took us about half an hour to get there, and at least he was quiet, which was quite good. And it looked like a really shit stag do. And so we get to the hospital. Now, I would say that anybody who works for the NHS, from the bottom of my heart, well done. It's incredible what you do. But this particular one was quite jaded. It was me and Terry Fury. I don't know what his real name is. This is how jaded she was. We get to the hospital, to the reception area, and she says to me, "Name?" And I said, "Oh, it's not me, it's my friend." And she went, "Oh, yeah, all right, then what's your friend's name?" And I said, "Oh, it's Terry Fury." And then she said, "What seems to be the problem?" And I wanted to say he's got a bad back, but I didn't. And to this day, I regret not saying, "You don't want to hear the truth." But as far as I know, he's given up performance poetry now. So that's my showbiz anecdote. The other thing is, I haven't been I don't know whether this is bouncing around. I'm not having that much fun. Hey, oh, hey, hello, hey, oh. Oh, look, Matt Price is on a trampoline. It's his new act. Hey, oh, I'm driving now. What? Goodness me. This is a new line of slapstick, isn't it? For me, anyway. Any questions? There's no questions. You can't even interact. I'm an interactive comic. I think I'm more of a live performer. I don't know. I don't even know if I can do this anymore, to be honest with you. But I don't sleep very well. Can you see that fan? This is my missus's fan. I'm on a bed, on a mattress on the floor, and I can't show it because she's house proud. But I have such night terrors. The mattress has to be on the floor because that way there's nothing under the bed, right? That's the serious part. I dreamt that this fan was a World War II propeller plane. that had crashed in through the wall. And I also dreamt that my Scottish partner, she's 5'1", she's from Glasgow. I didn't think anyone was ever going to want to be with me. And it was actually the happiest day of my life 16 years ago when this lovely 5'1" Glaswegian woman looked into my eyes and said, I love you, right? And we've been together for like 16 years because I'm too scared to leave. But I dreamt that this World War II propeller plane crashed in through the wall, and next to it there was a casualty lying unconscious. So I bent down to pick up the casualty, who and it's a weird thing. My voice changes whenever I sleepwalk, and I kind of start talking like that. And I love this woman more than anything in the world. She's got me through lockdown and everything, you know. And I bent down to pick her up, and she was going, Matt, you're fucking dreaming again, and she was really angry with me because obviously I'd woken her up. But just before I picked her up, I said, and I quote, "You're too heavy. You can't be saved." Now that's the sort of thing that's going to come back in the conversation, as you know. Another time, I got a pillow and I yanked it out from underneath her, and I dreamt it was an unexploded bomb. So I took the pillow and I chucked it out of our bedroom window. And Martha said, why did you do that? And I said, it's an unexploded bomb. Don't panic. There are people who are trying to kill me. And because she's really comforting, she said, it's okay. No one wants to kill you apart from me. You're dreaming. Go to sleep. And so I went to the doctor. Now, obviously, I'd throw the pillow out of the window because I thought it was an unexploded bomb, and the doctor didn't take it particularly seriously. This was pre-lockdown. And he said to me, have you considered psychotherapy? And I said, no. He said, you should do. He said, you know what an unexploded bomb is? I said, no. He said, in psychotherapy world, it means a desire to ejaculate. And doctors, they don't care, do they? But well, they do. But what I mean is they don't flinch. I looked him right into the eye and said, doctor, I don't have a subconscious desire to ejaculate. I have a very strong desire to ejaculate, but not out of my bedroom window. And then another time I was in a hotel. Paul Revel can vouch for this in the West Country. I had a gun in my hand. I was on a battlefield. I was going bang, 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 bang. I was woken up outside my hotel room at 2:00 in the morning by the hotel manager who said, Mr. Price, if you break the hairdryer, you will have to pay for it. Breakfast was awkward. I then went to I went to the doctor. Martha came with me, and she actually said to him, I'm worried things are going to get worse. You know, and I was, I'm kind of worried about it as well. She said, what if you end up, things get really out of hand? What if you end up dreaming that I'm an unexploded bomb? Oh, I forgot. I'm too heavy. I can't be saved. So we didn't speak for about a week. And my next door neighbour saved us. We were by the bins. My next door neighbour, he said to me, he's called Ken. He's a very nice fellow. He's an hard nut, and I thought, well, I know I'm going to bond with you. We talk about the bins every week, what a nuisance it is. And I said to him, so I asked him about his kids. So how's Paul and Nancy and Lucy and John? And he said, mate, they're great. Thank you, mate. That is so nice that you made the effort to remember their names. And they're tattooed on his neck, but I didn't tell him that, And then he said to me, he said, living around here ain't like it used to be. You do know that, don't you? And I thought, oh, God, he's not going to be racist. Is he? Please don't be racist. It's old-fashioned. It doesn't, even people in Cornwall aren't racist now. It's so 1970s. And he said, I went out in my back garden this morning. Do you know what I found? I said, oh, I have no idea. What did you find? He said, I found a pillow. So and it was that one there. I'd thrown it out the bedroom window, and my next door neighbour had managed to convince himself that there'd been a homeless person sleeping under a tree and eating his apples. So there we go. That's my new trademark. I'm just gonna. What I'm gonna do? I'm not even gonna say goodnight. I'm just gonna keep doing that until I get cut off. That's what I'm gonna do. It's the pear-shaped way, actually. God, I'm not. You can edit this bit out if you want to. In fact, just put these ones in. And the guy who was unhappy earlier on, I'm really sorry. But on the bright side, at least you're not me. Look. Look, have you run out of any ideas creatively? No, not at all. Hey, that's all right. Anyway, I appreciate you listening. And I'm genuinely enjoyed the show, even though I didn't quite know what was going on. That's too close, Price, too close. Come on, mid-range shot for any TV executives you might be watching. There we go. Yeah, so my name's Matt Price. You don't want to hear the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Matt Price. Matt Price. Ladies and gentlemen. What? Hurrah! Hurrah! priceless.
We had an incident with a not a vacuum cleaner, a
vacuum
hairdryer, a hairdryer the other morning. Didn't we, dear?
Did we? Oh, we
Yes.
did, yes.
Luckily, I wasn't actually asleep, but it was about just after
You're
6
giving
in
away
the
the
morning.
secret that we're married to each other.
Yeah, I know.
You realise you're giving that away now.
Well,
so
that's
you
because
can't
I'm
be
being
my,
Vicky at the moment, not Crystal.
my Crystal anymore.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was just after 6. Brian had been asleep on the couch all night by mistake, not because I'd...
On my own. I was on my own.
I hadn't made him there or go there or anything.
Yeah.
And he was trying to be really, really carefully discreet and creep into the bedroom and not make any noise and not wake me up. And I could hear him trying to be quiet. You know how you can hear people trying to be quiet. And then all I hear is this crash bang, and then the hairdryer starts going. Like, what the fuck? But it was so stupid that he was trying to be really quiet, but the hairdryer actually fell and turned itself on all at the same time. So
And I was expecting, shut up for fuck's sake! And she
I
did,
just
she
got the giggles because I
she
thought
giggled, and I thought, oh, what a woman!
It was so
eh?
ridiculous.
I don't make women like you anymore, do they? Eh? Oh,
When you're trying to be quiet and you fucking
Ah.
turn the hairdryer on and drop it on the floor at the same time.
I remember when you asked me that question, you said, hey, what are you going to do for the next 50 years of your life?
No.
All right. Well, I'll make a little
What are
video.
you doing
of that.
for the next 50 years?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, something like that.
The video will be out soon. Ladies and gentlemen,
Anyway, it's time for the roll call. Roll call.
the very first act that you saw was...
Robert White.
Robert White! Robert White! Yes!
Religions, backgrounds, and beliefs.
Wait a minute.
He's not one, is he?
Wait a minute.
Help get
What?
your little tots to
Is he
sleep.
one?
The limited edition Sleepy Holly.
Robert?
What?
Is he one?
Well, he was speaking, wasn't he? Just give me a second.
Said something about victory speech. Bloody hell.
And expect our government to serve the people, and serve the people it will.
Has he won?
Yeah.
Working together, we will begin the urgent task of rebuilding our greatest honors. Our veterans are incredible people. We will embark upon a project of national growth and renewal. I will honor.
Oh, I hate pranks. That's no way to treat your mother. Oh. And even Robert White and his mum was followed by...
Henrik.
Henrik Elmer, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Sweden.
Where's he gone? There he is. I found him.
All the way from Sweden. There he is. Henrik.
He had a recorded bit.
Magnificent. Magnificent.
He's here live now.
And then something else happened. What happened after that?
Then we had 2 mins of...
Two mins of
Pat
Pat Math, yeah.
Hi, Sean.
Catherine, hello. And what's your flavour? Tell me what's your flavour? Welcome to 2 Mins of Pattern Math International Women's Day Special. And the question is, Catherine, should women rule the world?
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. It would open up more opportunities for me personally, because I am a woman.
You are?
Although I don't know if I could deal with the stress of ruling the world, because quite a lot of it, isn't there?
Yeah, well, whatever the answer, let's dream a dream, but it's not going to be you.
What?
Clearly. Be other women.
Yeah, I think they'd probably be better at it. Because, like, Margaret Thatcher did a wonderful job of advancing the feminist cause, didn't she? She was, like, king feminist. Jacinda Ardern did a fantastic job of, dealing with the pandemic. And, like, she managed to run a country while she was pregnant and with a baby.
Yeah.
And, I'd like to see Boris Johnson try and run a country pregnant.
But also, not a bad looker. But
yeah.
I have to disagree though, Catherine. No, I don't think women should rule the world because you cannot trust women.
What?
My ex, she was a woman. Can't trust her. Yeah,
Why?
you heard right. Can't trust her.
Why? What did she do?
Stuff. And also, when I was a child, my local sweet shop was run by a woman. She was horrible.
Are you sure it's not just you?
No, it was a woman.
No, I mean that, you were the problem.
Yeah. Just what a feminist would say, Catherine.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, 2 minutes of pattern math. Pattern math. Showing that women could possibly rule the world if they felt like it. Followed by...
Elise Harris!
Elise Harris! Oh, hang on. Elise. Now,
yes?
Do you know there's something missing? Do you know there's something missing from the whole... Missing? Yeah, from the whole... If you scoot up and down there, right, there's something missing.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah,
everybody else has been aware of it, except... We could have done that, but we decided no, because...
No, you'll make everyone go, oh, this is going terribly. Yeah.
This can be our USP, our unique selling point. No laughs.
No laughs.
Who needs fucking laughs?
Yeah.
We don't need them. We can live without them. We lived without them for 15 years at Pear, and we're not going to start having them now. So, do another one there. Just... see? So, we don't need all that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we were lucky enough to have Elise Harris.
Yay!
and her, is this a friend of yours, Josephine?
Oh, Josephine, yeah. We haven't spoken for a while because she's been down in the bunker for a couple of years now, so, yeah.
Right, yeah. I know, I've been a bit depressed too. There we are, that's why we don't do banter. Yeah.
Then we had Al doing a tune.
Al Mandolino actually played a tune from one end to the other. Anyway,
then we had our man in LA, in La La Land.
Yeah.
But there are 2 Coles, so I'll just pick one.
Cole Parker, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, sorry.
La La Land.
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
There you go.
Hi. Hello.
Oh.
Good, wonderful, nice, thank you. Hello.
You were magnificent, Cole. Magnificent.
Please. It was more like just a verbal shit, let's be honest.
You made that part your own. You made that stage your own.
There's a big stain on the floor down here.
I had an audition once for a commercial, and I was actually preparing the world premiere of my one-woman show that I was taking to Edinburgh on the day. And I was called into this audition for this commercial or something. And I thought, the last thing I fucking want to do is go in there and do bollocks and do stuff. And I wasn't even dressed properly. I was in all sort of ridiculous things. And she said, can you look like you've got chains wrapped around you and then the chains fall off? But I don't want you to be a big reaction, just a bit of a reaction. So I sort of went... and walked out and thought that was the most awful, ridiculous, stupid, pointless audition I've ever been to in my life. And my agent rang up the next day and said, how did the audition go? And I had a big rant saying it was just a waste of time, it was fucking useless, it was terrible. And he said, well, you're on hold.
Yeah,
anyway,
nice.
I got the part in the commercial.
Nice.
It was worth about $10,000. It
Cool.
actually paid for my trip to go to,
Wow.
to Edinburgh.
To meet
Nice.
your
To meet
dreams.
Brian. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you just never know when the audition... I think it's because I didn't care or something.
I didn't even know she was coming over. I was just...
No, poor Brian, just thinking of himself.
So the less you invest in the audition, the more likely you are to get it, is what mine said. Anyway.
I had an awful one a few years ago. Well, it was a great one. I had the same as you. As I mentioned in my set, I was out of status for a while. So I was in between visas, shall we say. And I booked a speaking role on...
immigrant.
Undocumented. Yeah, couldn't leave the sanctuary city. When Trump got in, things got very spicy for people like me. Anyway, all legal now. I can't touch me. Haha. Anyway, I booked a speaking role on Seth MacFarlane's The Orville. And I couldn't do it because it was like a month after the audition I spoke about. And whereas on this commercial I booked, they were pretty lax. It was like some, sort of inexperienced runner who was taking the details. They were really on the money, obviously, Seth MacFarlane show, and I couldn't do it. I'm sure there'll be another that will come along in about another 15 years.
Ladies and men, it was Cole Parker and another dramatic story. Followed by
your friend and ours, Fatia.
Fatia Elgori. Ladies and gentlemen, Fatia Elgori. Who will not be coming back. Not because we're not having her. We want her back, but she said, fuck you lot.
Can you hear me okay? Because I've had to... Sorry?
If you had ever done pear-shaped, you would realise how good this is.
This is my version.
No, I loved it. I loved it.
Good. I would have said the same.
I would do it again. I was only joking. I love you guys, innit? Plus, I'm like halfway there to converting you to Islam, so I've got to really stick this out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just need I need my own rug.
I'm on board with a hijab. I'm just not on board with like gods and things like that.
With like what?
Gods, gods, deities.
Yeah, so that can be.
There goes your ticket to heaven, darling. Sorry.
I'm cool with it. I don't want to give up drinking either.
And I'm a lapsed Catholic, so we're doing quite well. We're doing quite well. It's an old joke about somebody who went up to heaven and so all the Jews are all over there, the Muslims are over there, and some of the Protestants are over there. And he said, "What's behind that big ball?" He said, "Shh, that's the Christians. They think they're the only ones up here."
The Catholics.
Anyway, there you go. Bit of religion.
A Dave Allen joke.
It was, yes.
We heard it recently on the Dave Allen. Okay, so and then we had a late edition.
Yeah.
Rosferatu,
ladies and gentlemen. Rosferatu. Who do you think you look like, Al? Any?
I don't know. It's
Tabaret.
Back in the day, the 90s.
Okay.
Very Glastonbury 90s, that one, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Don't worry.
And then
we
had our headline act for the evening.
Yes.
Mr. Matt Price.
Matt Price. Has he gone back to sleep?
Yeah. No. I'm still here.
You really threw me with that pillow move. I was.
Was there a pillow? I auditioned. I did an audition once, but it's meaningless. The highlight of my career, Cole knows exactly what I'm going to say, was going over to Turkey and nearly getting killed. We haven't got a great summer. We haven't got time to talk about that now, but we both nearly died. And I've lost a few pounds. I'm not going to lie, genuinely have. I was 24 stone at the time, and we were running for our lives. So I was trying to run for my life, not very well. We're Cole going, come on.
Nearly killed you, wasn't it? Do you remember? We had to stop, let the mafia catch up to us in case, we needed some help getting you on the van.
I had a fork in my hand to take someone's life because somebody made me steal the fork from an Indian restaurant. And we were on the run. We didn't know where we were going. It was dark. And to cut a very long story short, at one point, a car came by and Cole was hiding behind a lamppost. And 24 stone me said, "Cole, why are you hiding behind a lamppost?" And you said, and I quote, "Are you jealous? Why don't you fuck off or find yourself a tree or a bush?" Right? So then we started arguing, and I'm not the argumentative type. And I'm going, "Why are you being mean to me?" Meaning Cole Parker, and we start arguing, and then he goes, "Oh fuck, you're going to say what? The Turkish mafia are going to kill us, you wanker," or something like that. We're mates, by the way. I genuinely love the man. I remember you saying, what are you going to fucking do about it? And I said, I've got a fork. I'm going to fucking stab you with it. It was a very strange experience.
It was a stressful night. We
Wasn't
actually spent the whole night awake. We barricaded ourselves downstairs. We made like Heath Robinson weapons. Do you remember? We taped up like large kitchen knives and made some nasty tools. Made like a little rudimentary flamethrower and stuff. Like I was in a meeting in which it was declared that Colin Manford was going to be stabbed, and so like by these other dudes who own this resort that Colin was working for. So we
absolutely. You made a flamethrower with a box of matches and my Lynx Africa. I remember that. It's all right.
I've got you needed to move on from that. I didn't think you'd ever need it. I just needed a good excuse to get you away from the Lynx.
Well,
as I said,
we nearly died. Yeah, we nearly died, so it's all right. So it's good to be here. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to say.
Not only did you survive that, you've survived pear-shaped as well.
Yeah.
I love pear shapes. I love it. It's genuinely, I love it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most creative gigs going at the moment. It's so much better than just like straight formatted stand-up, especially like in this era. I think it's brilliant that it operates like this. I love it. Fatia, can I just say you were so good. You I was literally I was like on the floor. You're fucking awesome, man. Cheers.
Awesome.
Everyone's awesome, but sorry, but Fatia really grabbed me. I thought,
Thank you. Sorry, because I only have like an allotted amount of time where I can speak English, so that's why I was just doing house sounds. So sorry about that.
How many words a day did you get?
You were great as well. I loved you, and everyone was so good, like you said, and it's a great night, like you said, to just experiment, and it's relaxed as well. And I think the best stuff comes when you're relaxed. Do you know what I mean? So like, I agree. It's a great night, and thank you. That's really kind. I appreciate it.
I think the great bit about it is that everybody kind of got on with it. Do you know what I mean? It's so easy to go, oh, I can't do it without laughing. And people used to do that at pear-shaped all the time. And sometimes they'd come along and you get to go, oh, God, you're a miserable crap. Oh, I don't know whether to fucking tell you any jokes or not. I did a comedy show last night, 400 people. I got and I'm thinking, go on, you cunt, you're fucking hanging yourself. You don't know, but there's 3 promoters in here, right, who run nice clubs and a couple of agents and stuff like that. But it's like
I got booked from a TV job and a radio job from Pear Shaped. I'm not joking. They used to go along to your club. They used to hide at the back, and they used to go along to Comedy Cafe on a Wednesday when Noel used to do they'd have like 2 established acts and Sorry.
The BBC was just around the corner, and a lot of media companies are around there, and they used to come in and just.
Yeah. The one you would have enjoyed was when we had.
The Bomb Squad.
What's his name? Oh yeah, well the Bomb Squad.
The Bomb Squad.
They were all really wide.
The Bomb Squad.
Sit there like that. They had 2 seats each, and they'd sit there like that, and they'd look at each other and go, "Well, that one was quite funny." Yeah. They wouldn't laugh. But it was who's the
Robert White.
No, I know you did. No.
Frank Skinner came in one night.
No, the black act who came down, well known.
Stephen K. Amos.
Steve K. Yeah, he came down. He did it for us, and he'd been going ages. Now we never asked the audience who they. I hate. Oh, hello, mate. What do you do for a living? Oh, you were there. All that shit. I hate it. So we would never ask who the audience was. You just do it, and fuck it. If they like it, they like it, and if they don't, it doesn't matter. I don't care. And anyway, Steve came down, and he was doing his bit, and about 10 minutes in, he said, "Can I ask you a question?" He said, "Are you English?"
Do you speak English?
And somebody said, Oh. There's a fucking language school round the corner, and they were bringing the students in to get used to
learn
English.
That's the place to do it.
Brilliant.
Like that. So.
I always enjoy this gig on a Sunday because when I'm performing this, I miss it. So on Sunday I have a bath and I put the whole thing on and like hear all of you guys. So I've missed any ones tonight because I know I have.
Right.
Yeah, I'll enjoy you whilst wet and naked. So think about that. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Oh,
Yeah. Sorry. I won't be doing
Makes it
anything
all
weird.
worthwhile.
Good. That's killed it. Right. Nice.
It's a picture that we can't remove.
No, I've just tattooed your brain with awfulness. I'm so sorry. How's Henrik? Haven't seen Henrik for a long time. How are you, sir?
Sweden, so it's an international, very international. We've got LA.
He's trying to unmute himself. There you go.
There you go.
Hello, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good. Where are you situated, Henrik?
I'm in Sweden, in a town called Nässjö. Everybody, Nässjö.
Nässjö.
Is it open up over there? Can you go out and stuff?
What do you say?
Is it like, what's the sort of lockdown rules over there at the moment? Can you go out
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff?
we can go out. We can go to shops, and nothing's really closed apart from theaters and things like that. So there's no shows going on. And in shops we are reminded to keep a distance and things, but we can do pretty much everything.
What about bars and things like that? Are people like going out and socialising?
Bars are open to some extent, but only a certain amount of people are allowed, and it has become a bit stricter now. It used to be a bit too free, but it's getting more stricter.
Handled well? Is it going all right, do you think? Is it like, your number's good? You getting out of it?
Your number's good.
I'm just asking. Everyone's fucked.
No.
I mean, we're fucked.
I know. I wish you were a journalist interviewing people.
I nearly was. That was my first thing I was
mate,
you really was a journalist.
You'd be great at all that. I saw the documentary you did was brilliant, but I just you get straight to the point. That's what I love about you. You know,
I've got no patience. I'm too much of a prick too quickly. I can't keep it.
No, you're not. You're not a prick, but you certainly tell it how it is, which I do always love. There's nothing like.
I was diagnosed late in life with autism, and it made so much sense. Yeah. It was like, oh fuck, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm not a prick. Well,
no.
How's everyone else? Elise is quiet. How are you, Elise?
Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm fine. I was just looking up the Swedish numbers for you.
Oh, brilliant. So look, there's
doing quite well. 36 people dead. That's relatively good. Not for the 36 people, obviously.
No, that's a good one. Yeah. That's great. We had 112. I say we, the UK, had 112 yesterday, was it?
Yeah.
This is a comedy show. Hooray! Sorry.
Hey!
26,000 now.
129. No.
Dark comedy.
It's just it's shocking. It really is shocking that it's happening.
The weird sound like some sort of scuttling poltergeist or something on.
It's probably all the people turning off their laptops. It's probably the power going down.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's the government listening in case we don't have any news about the world being flat. You know, because they're missing out.
Is it okay if I go now?
No, you're fucking
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
No, you must stay. I want to stay, but I need to charge my phone. I've had to take it out. Yeah. I've had to take the headphones out and try to charge it like this, but it's not charged because I've got an iPhone. You can either use the headphones or the charger. You can't use both. Yeah.
I think we should all start playing a game of let's leave Trumps, and it will come up with like a brilliant, like, top each other's previous reason why they have to leave.
I can top all of you. All I have to say is I'm on a curfew, so.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much for doing it. You were
But listen,
wonderful, as
thank you.
expected.
No,
So-
thank you for having me. Anytime, just message and I'll come. And it was lovely. I've seen some people here that I've never seen before, so it was nice to meet them and see you and stuff. And thank you. And I had a
All right.
lovely time.
Lovely, and thanks
Brilliant.
for doing it. So
Thank you, and stay safe, guys.
Okay, doke.
Cheers.
And you too.
You too.
Bye.
Right.
So we've still got. We've got. I keep saying every time I'm about to say we've only got 4 people watching, it goes up again. We got.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That means someone's phoned someone and said, quick, get back on. It's got better.
Yeah. They're still talking. You should come back in.
We reached 11 at our peak, and
Oh,
unfortunately,
good.
we didn't actually get any donations last week.
Yeah.
Tight-fisted bastards.
So I'll put that back up, and I've also put a link in the comments. If you feel like donating, that would be nice.
Yeah.
If not, that's fine too.
So support a starving comedian just doesn't work.
No,
You didn't ask for it though. At any point, you didn't go give.
Oh no, we've argued about it previously.
It's in the comments. There's a comments thing, and it's in the comments at the top how to donate. And there you go. You know, some weeks we get something, some weeks we don't.
One of the best weeks we had was when my sister came and stuck 50 quid in. That paid everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but she hasn't had to come back since, you see, so she just sort of covered it up for a few weeks.
Wow. I get aggressive sarcasm from my sister. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what sisters are for.
So how many people have been watching tonight? Do you know?
Oh, we reached 11 at the peak, and it's.
Ooh.
Oh.
Heady heights.
We went down to 4, and we're back up to 7 now.
Oh.
Oh.
But we have found that
It's a roller coaster.
over a period of time, that all of the I edit these, I put them on YouTube, so they're cleaned up. The uncleaned are what is it? Anyway, yeah, the ones that all the awkward bits are on Facebook, which you can't fucking edit Facebook properly. All you can do is you can cut the beginning off and you can cut the end off.
Right.
But if there's something in the middle, and somebody did say to me, she said, "Oh, I'll do it." She said, "But I don't want it to be on the net all the time." See, and it took me 2 days to figure out that there was no possible way of cutting her slot out without. All I had to do, I just deleted it. I thought, well, fuck them until they find a way to do it. I promised I would not have it on there, so that's fair enough.
But you started this anecdote by actually, I think, going to say
Yeah.
how many people.
How many you got?
So how many left during that anecdote? How many you still got?
But actually, I mean, more people watch the videos than would come to Pear Shaped in the whole year. So
Right.
Wow.
Video gets a few hundred looks.
That is the thing, though. Yeah, I used to back in the day get hundreds of thousands of people watching me. And I could gig for the rest of my life and not get as many as one video, and then nobody would care. So it didn't really make much difference. Whereas, you get 5 people in a comedy club, it makes more of a difference to what people think of you than if you get hundreds of thousands on the internet, unfortunately.
What used to be the wonderful thing about Pear Shaped was, so it ran for 15 years, and I always said, although I'm not up for bullshit, but I'm not going to say, oh, it was fucking terrible last night. You just sort of let it go, and you realise that you can have the most excruciating night at Pear Shaped, but nobody's fucking saying it, apart from the acts and a couple of punters and a couple of mates. So it was disgracefully bad, but you think, well, nobody knows. You just go, oh.
Do you know what though? It was so necessary.
Somebody donated.
Whoa!
Oh, Michael.
Yay!
Thank you.
Michael.
Well, act no, see, babe.
Is that just a comment, or did you really do it?
Michael Ayres, here's 10 quid. What a nice guy.
Yeah. No, that's a bribe. He just wants me.
Yeah, it's £10. Put me on.
Yeah, well,
Put him on.
Be on again next week.
That's definitely that's a headlining spot he's just secured there, isn't it?
Oh, he seems to have joking about that. Yes, all right.
Cost me 20. So.
Is he lying? What that was?
Possibly.
Well, you're not
Possibly.
fucking getting us another spot. On the second worst fucking online fucking comedy club ever in the whole fucking universe.
Yeah,
with no.
So a virtual tenner.
Virtual tenner.
Okay.
It's the thought that counts.
Did he give us a bit tenner? Is that what he gave us? I can't know in the past.
You can type. You can type.
Yeah.
You can send us a tenner.
He's doing that with one hand though, isn't he? Just with his left.
Just go on a paper.
That's what we need is somebody to
Get 10 free minutes.
I've just paid him 500 quid and they were really nice to him. It turns out they're fucking lying.
Yeah.
Could be. Couldn't it?
How's Pricey, can I ask? What's going on with you, Matt?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I'm doing okay, surviving. So that's it, really. Surviving.
He's got his own pillow.
Doing what I can.
Are you're genuinely sitting on a mattress at the moment, are you? You're in bed or something? You're wearing pajamas.
I'm just
Are they genuine.
No, we're in a one-bedroom flat, and my missus is in the front room doing her thing, and I'm here, and that's it. Yeah, basically. But so I am sat on my bed. Yeah, and that's it. But no, I'm all right, mate. I'm quite happy. I've discovered kettlebells, weirdly, and that's helped me a lot over the last year. Yeah, it's surprising. I'd recommend it for anybody who likes the. Yeah, how can I put it? He doesn't want to go to the gym, but has got a pent up sort of issue. I don't want to sound like a nutter, but you know what I mean. They're good for you. They're good for you.
Do you ever think what might happen if you let go of one?
Don't drop that out.
No, God, no. No, absolutely not. No, God, I hope not. So far, I've managed to avoid that, but yeah, you never know. Fuck.
That would go straight through plasterboard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Oh, it would be terrible. It would just smash. I don't know. You could kill someone with it. I don't want to do
You'd
that.
be like that South African guy with the spatula legs who killed his missus, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, that's
with a kettlebell, wouldn't you? Seriously.
You see why I love you so much.
I know that sounded awfully misogynist and out of touch and out of date by so many reasons, but it did peer into my head very, very quickly. Please forgive me everything that was wrong about that. It was quickly. I was reaching quickly. Sorry, I would edit that before I submitted that to my editor.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's good. We had a week or two ago. I said, I wouldn't like to be in issues.
Don't say missus anymore. That's like we're no longer in the 70s, are we?
And this does look like pajamas as well, doesn't it? Fuck, I didn't realise.
They're classic pajamas. They're like the kind of pajamas a 12-year-old boy
Yeah.
an adventure.
No, they're not. They're not. It's a shirt.
Meet an old man.
It's actually a shirt, yeah.
It's actually a shirt, but it does look like PJs. Well, does anyone say PJs anymore? Probably not. That's terrible, isn't it?
Bring it back.
Whatever.
Bring back the PJs.
I'm going to bring back PJs. I'm going to say PJs from now on. I got my PJs on. Deal with it, innit? It's all good.
Comedy club, didn't he? South London.
Oh, yeah. He was a nice guy. Yeah, this is being recorded.
I loved his story
liked him.
about tea bags. Yeah, great story about tea bags.
Where's Hobnob?
Well, PJ.
It's Hobnob story.
Yeah, that's it.
It's Hobnob.
Who's got a Hobnob story?
Right.
All right. I thought there was a biscuit pail.
That's the cracker game.
The what?
What's the?
I mentioned hobnobs to a man who's smoking weed, do you?
Hobnobs. Yeah.
Oh no, that's you mean the Munchie connection? Don't do that. You're better than that. Don't do no.
No, I wasn't. No, I was. No, well, but it does have a psychological effect, doesn't it? Do you not?
PJ.
Some are like will be more appetite raising than others for sure. Yeah, some people get them for that if they need to put weight on if they've got like eating disorders sometimes.
Yeah.
But no,
I wasn't being witty. I was just saying, like, wasn't shtick. It was general observation.
Sorry. I'm overanalyzing.
Is it legal in California, in LA? Then it is, isn't it?
Absolutely everywhere. Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Does everywhere stink of skunk then? I mean, I live in North London. Wood Green stinks of skunk when you go up the high street because everyone's smoking outside.
Bloody kids on the pavement.
The
Shut
kids,
up.
man. Yeah, you know.
Jesus Christ. It moves in a minute. It's fine. It's all right. Just, just cook on top of it. Make a curry, cook some meat. It's fine. It goes in no time. It's not like cigarettes. It doesn't get into the furniture and all your stuff. It does go.
If you go into the Go-Go down the strip, is it? Well, Lemmy used to drink the whiskey Go-Go and things.
Yeah, he was more in the Rainbow, but yeah, I know what you mean. But everywhere it does. It's like it
just stinks of skunk. The whole place. It must do. Everywhere.
It stinks of skunk in the same amount of like parts of the UK reek of urine, where everyone's pissing against the walls because they're drinking every fucking night. It's completely comparable to that, I'd say.
So you've done you've done the big market.
The drug dealers then?
Are they drug dealers?
Are the drug dealers?
Well, no, because hello, you show ID and you get in. It's all like legal, and they take your name and address, and like then you become like a member. You can become a patient.
Yeah, but
and you go and get your medicine.
The Cole Parker who I know and love goes to a fucking drug dealer. Do you know what I mean? Like that's really killed it for me because where's the jeopardy? You know what I mean? Don't you?
I have done, but like
UK, well, yeah.
The UK is awful. UK because it's still illegal, right? And all these people want to do is just like have a smoke instead of drinking, and like just like not have a hangover and feel like shit or whatever, or affect them emotionally. Alcohol is a very emotional drug, and so they have to like call up a couple of terrifying teenagers to arrive on BMXs and like spend way too much money on a fucking like a little blimp of a gram of shit, and then do it again the following day if they want some more. And it's just like it's ridiculous. It's like everyone's doing it. Wake up, wake up. I'm sorry, pardon me. Excuse me, I'm raving again.
But there are drawbacks.
Yes, it makes you insane after a while, I've been told.
Look at me, I think I'm a bowl of flowers.
It really doesn't. People just think that I'm totally functional on it. I absolutely am completely functional. I promise you. Wibble. I am totally fine. No, I am fine. God.
Go on, so functional is my middle name.
No one sounds less fine than somebody demanding to the world that they're fine. I just scanned that back to myself out loud. There's nothing wrong with me, okay? This is my party day. Look, right, I've been on lockdown for a year. I've not been doing these Zoom gigs at all. I was doing Carnival cruise ships up until fucking pandemic hit. And so this has been my first outlet back into live gigs. So this is my day when because it's my Wednesday and I don't do it normally, but this is my fun day. Let me have this. You guys give me this. Let me have it.
Oh, gosh. How are the cruises?
They're all right. Don't do religion. Don't do Trump. Slow down, enunciate, lots of voices, characterize things if you can. Use the stage, darling. And yeah,
they don't like it.
Oh, did first weekend from I said fuck in a PG show for kids, but I was speaking so quickly because I was so nervous on my first kids show that no one noticed. I just barreled on and no complaints or nothing. So that was all right.
Your accent.
Okay. Basically.
You didn't get thrown in the brig.
Didn't get thrown in the brig. Yeah, I've been pretty well behaved. I don't get drunk around passengers. Like I've retired from the other sort of Russell Brownie type things that I've used to entertain me in my youth. So I'm pretty well behaved. I have my little whiskey. I watch the other shit acts and I go to bed. That's all I do.
Under threat of the lash.
Are they mainstream acts?
Most of them. You do see the occasional bits of brilliance on there. I find if you do it too often, you're missing out on opportunities that are happening on land. It's because you will get the audition when you're on a cruise ship, guaranteed. Like, hi, can you be in LA tomorrow? No, because I'm in the middle of the Pacific fucking Ocean. So sorry. So that'll happen a lot. Yeah, a lot of you do
Wow.
see some hackery. You do see some terrible fucking hackery sometimes. But as a student of the Malcolm Hardy School, I enjoy it for for the ironic reason. I'll sit at the back of the room and I'll be laughing my tits off at how shit and stolen something is. That's all.
Oh yeah. I bet that's interesting. I did one. It didn't go well, but you know.
Okay, guys, I just need to interrupt for a second. I'm going to end the broadcast.
Oh, it's still broadcasting.
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't realise. I did a cruise ship. It went really well. I was so good. I'm not kidding you. I was so good.
This is all
brilliant.
I'm going to end the broadcast, and then our battery is low, so we have to change over our power system. So we might disappear for a bit.